What's up, guys? Bullfire the Fell-Handed here, bringing you the Art of the Leo Part 2. Abbey Standard Battle. The greens have the southern spawn, the reds have the northern spawn. Typically, when I run the leopard one, I like to go right flank there, kind of post up, out, spot them. In this particular case, I rush up the middle. Also, a good idea, you can easily outspot a vast majority of the reds. It puts you in an excellent position to kind of respond to which flank the reds, seem to push more. And you can also get some shots on the right hand side when they hit the middle there, as well as putting fire on the left flank there when they get the middle area on top of the hill and the middle southern area. I guess that would be the southwestern area where they can oversee your cap. So it's a very strong position. Of course, if the reds push it very, very hard, it's going to go bad. If they push any area very hard, it's going to be bad. Just make sure you have enough speed mobility to get out of there. So make a clutch shot here. Not very successful. And mainly what you want to do is just be the passive scout. You just kind of want to peek out. You want to see if you can't light some of the TDs and possibly the heavies camp in the base so that the rest of your team can get shots. And you always have to make sure you have excellent situational awareness. Right here you see they have a good contingent pushing our left flank, and they have some guys on the right flank as well as a few campers. We've already lit up Artie. Artillery is running, so for the next 30 to 60 seconds there's not going to be any rounds coming towards any of the friendlies because he's going to be too busy moving. And you need to be very careful in this position. It's very easy for you to get ripped apart by whatever is camping the base. And as you can see, we have a strong presence on the left flank. The reds have a strong presence as well. Typically on the right flank, the reds don't push up a whole lot. About where they're at right there at C8 is typically where they end up staying nowadays. It used to be they would push up all the way, and you may find that occasionally, but now they don't typically end up doing that anymore. So we're about to push the cap here, which, this is the type of situation where you just need to feel and understand when you need to push, when you need to consolidate, when you need to, lock down your position. And this is one of those times that I felt it was, the time to push. You've got a guy over here nearing the cap, and you could pretty much guarantee if they're near the cap or on top of the cap there, that little hill area, they're most likely looking towards B9, looking for, the reds or whatever, or excuse me, the greens in our case, to come over and around the corner there, which will be happening soon enough if you see what kind of opposition they have. And like I said before, you always have to keep an eye on your map there. And you always have to play to your strengths. In this case, this tank is an excellent sniper. I'm not necessarily doing that on this board. This isn't an excellent sniping board, because I've chosen to be on the front lines. And, this tank also does very well with its spotting due to it having 410 meter spotting range. Second best in the entire game. The highest belongs to the FV215B and the Patton. So those two tanks have 420 meters. Excuse me, the Waffly 100 has 410 meters as well. So it's excellent spotting distance. You want to make sure you get full advantage of that. The turret armor on this tank is, you're not going to block anything. Let me go ahead and tell you that. Who cares what the numbers are? You're not going to block anything. You could possibly pull some troll bounces off the front plate if you, shift row, angle, move around at the right time. Now, right now, the reds are backing up out of that flank. They're being pushed up by our forces, and right here we've got side shots. And the speed of a medium tank will get you in position in order to get this damage. If you weren't in a fast medium tank, I would not have gotten those shots. It's about being in the right place at the right time. That's exactly what World of Tanks is about. So we look on the map there, we see one red down by our cap, and there another one pops up there. So we're going to start shooting down our left flank go down there, see if we can't come behind these reds, make something happen. You know, in this case, we're actually going down the middle. You could do either one. What would happen if you go down the left flank? You would possibly pick off some of the slower red tanks. But in this case, we're going right through the middle, getting right to the action. And, you know, the main thing here is you want to just be cautious in this tank. You don't have the armor to depend on like the Russian mediums. But luckily enough, you've got good camouflage, you've got, you know, excellent acceleration. And acceleration, more often than not, is going to keep you out of the guns of the reds. If you're hull down like myself and you're doing laterals back and forth, this is what I was doing a second ago was a perfect definition of what a lateral is. You're just going back and forth, so all the reds see is that tiny turret. It's an excellent move to kind of knock the reds off hitting you, you know, kind of knock them off your trail. They see you're there, but there's not a lot they can do about it. And that's, you know, one more thing about getting the most out of your tank, getting the most out of your gun, getting the most out of your depression. You want to use what you have to your benefit, to hell with everybody else. And that's more or less what we're doing in this game. We're alone, we're not in a platoon, we're out here making things happen. Now granted, I just got blew up, but it was bound to happen sooner or later. So guys, that's all I have for you today. Thank you for watching the Art of the Leo 2. Please subscribe, like, and share.